On August 1st, 1714, Georg Ludwig, Elector of Hanover, became the King of Great Britain. Britain was a prosperous, cohesive, and leading European and imperial power. The previous year, the War of the Spanish Succession had ended with the Treaty of Utrecht, which had been favorable for Britain. In addition to gaining colonies in Gibraltar, Minorca, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and Hudson's Bay, France, Spain, and the Dutch Republic were weakened by the war. So, Britain enjoyed 25 years of peace. The war had also strengthened the British state. The House of Commons had gained the power to control taxation, which would help drive the economic and social changes in the century to come. But for now, agriculture would remain the base of the economy, and trade and industry would grow rapidly, although wealth would be distributed very unequally. Daniel Defoe, who lived through this period, categorized society into 7 social classes: the great, the rich, the middling sort, the poor, the very poor, the beggars, and the miserable. Despite the hardships faced by many, the population of Britain remained stable at about 7 million people. There was enough basic food for most, which helped ensure social stability. However, the king's new ministers faced challenges. Wales, Ireland, and Scotland had barely been assimilated into the kingdom, and linguistic and religious divisions persisted. Moreover, the previous king's son, James Francis Edward Stuart, known as the Old Pretender, was living in exile in France, and he had a legitimate claim to the throne. The question of who would succeed the childless George I was a source of contention between the Whigs and the Tories, the two dominant political parties. The Tories favored James II, while the Whigs supported the new king. The divisions between the two parties intensified over the next decade, as the Whigs came to favor religious toleration and closer ties with the European continent, while the Tories advocated for a more hands-off approach to foreign policy and greater religious conformity. These divisions would make the Tories politically vulnerable, since King George I favored both religious toleration and closer ties with Europe. As a result, the Tories would fall out of power for the next half-century. To learn more about the Hanoverian period in British history, subscribe to the channel